Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Charlotte and I figured we would just do the New Year book tag thingy. I think that's what it's called, New Year book tag. So if this is your first video by me, I think it's a great place to start if you don't want to go back and watch the other ones. I'm going to go through a little bit about what my plans is for 2025, what I'm planning on reading, like what my expectations are, my reading goals, all of that stuff. But if you have watched my previous videos and you have seen that I've been away for a while, I got very sick in December. I have talked a little bit about it before, but I do have some health issues that I am waiting on the hospital to see me for. They got worse in December. I didn't listen to my body. I ended up at the ER. I accidentally hit on the doctor. It was very embarrassing for me, but I am better now. I lost my voice at one point, then I got it back, then I lost my voice again, and now it's back, and let's hope that it doesn't go away again, because that wasn't fun, especially not being sick over Christmas. But anywho, New Year, same old me, but we have books I haven't read yet. And I do not think I'm going to reread anything this year. I'm not a big rereader. Anywho, we're going to get to it through the questions. I'm rambling. Thank you for asking how I am, by the way. That's very nice of you. I appreciate it. How are you? Please tell me. Are you okay? Did you get any good books for Christmas? Tell me in the comment section. Do it. Okay? Thank you. Let's start with the first question. How many books do you plan to read in 2025? Most of us have already set a Goodreads goal, and I set mine to 60 books. I know this isn't that many for a lot of people. I know people have like 150. I want to read 200 books. I want to read 275. Completely fine. Like whatever floats your boat. Some people put it extremely high just for funsies to see how close they get. Some people put it there because they know they will reach it, which is completely fine. In my line of work, when I set a goal, when I'm like, this is what I'm going to reach, my employer expects me to reach it. So I had a hard time setting this because in my mind, I was like, I have to set something that I know that I can achieve. And I don't know if 60 books is achievable for me. Who knows? But I figured maybe this is a good exercise for my brain to see that I can also have fun. I don't have to go all out all the time. But yeah, I've set 60 books. I read 45 last year, and that was mostly after the summer. So maybe 60 books is good. But I'm not going to change it. If I'm going to change it, I'm going to change it up. I'm not going to change it down. And we'll see at the end of the year how many books I've read and how many of them I've liked. Because, you know, and also, do you guys count your DNFs as like a book towards your goal? Like if you read more than X amount of the book, like say you read like 40% of the book, 50% of the book, does it count towards your goal? Or do you have to 100% it? Because that's something that I struggle with. I struggle with knowing if I'm gonna add it or not, because like Magnolia Parks, I think I read like 70% of it, and then I was like, I'm just done with it. I didn't add it at the end as a book I've read, but I did read a lot of it. And I mean, it is a lot of pages. I basically read a smaller book, but I don't know. Please tell me. There's a lot of things you guys have to tell me, but you can pause if you want to answer. Thank you, I appreciate it. What books are you most excited for, like new releases in 2025? I think the one I'm the most excited for is it Rewind It Back, it's called? The next Windy City book. It's Rio's book in the Windy City series. I loved all of them. It's a 5-star series for me. It's a sports romance. Rio is like a bi character in every single book. I love his character. I cannot wait to see him find love because I really do think that he deserves it. He's such a good boy. Man. A boy man. He's a boy man, if you read the books. That's the one I'm like the most excited for. But I am also very excited for, oh my god, what is it called? Wildside, I think. Because I just, like, now in January, I've read the Rosehill series, like the first 2 books I read, Wild Love and Wild Ice, and I think the third one is Wildside. Very excited about that because that's a book about single dads, like all of them are single dads. And I don't know why that trope gets me every single time. Like a single dad book, it just hits home. Like men that show empathy. Yes. Also, why when you read romance books, like single dad books or whatever kind of books, romance books where, you know, the man treats the women correctly, you get told that you have unrealistic standards. Like, what the fuck, dude? Do you not treat your like the females in your life correctly? Good? What the fuck? I mean, what? I would never be with Tom if he didn't treat me good. What? Maybe you should check yourself if you know, if you read a romance book and you're like, yeah, no, this isn't that realistic. It's not that hard. That was a tangent. We're gonna have a lot of them. I haven't done this in a while. I'm gonna go on a few tangents. Hey, that's also fun, isn't it? I hope it's fun for everyone, not just for me. But yeah, that, I think those are the two I'm most excited for. We're gonna go back on track. Those are the two I'm most excited for. It's the new Windy City book with Rio. I think it's called Rewind It Back. I didn't check up front. And it's Wildside by Elsie Silva. Super excited for them. One is a sports romance and one is single dad. So I recommend both of the series if you haven't already read them. What genre will you read the most? Well, I am a romance girly, so I'm probably going to stick to romance. I am reading Caraval. I'm actually having fun with it. I'm a little bit over 50% into it. Very light read. I think I like this book because it is fantasy, but it's not heavy on the fantasy. Because I've realized that fantasy maybe isn't really for me. I'm still going to read Quicksilver. I'm going to give it a fair shot. I even got the audiobook because a lot of people say that the audiobook, like they didn't really like reading the book, but they did enjoy the audiobook. So I'm going to try that one as well. Mostly romance. I have been dabbling a little bit in like darker romance, so I might go down that route because I mean, I read Lights Out. Love that book. I'm very excited for Caught Up. That's also a different one. I'm very excited for that's coming in June. Oh my god, this is going to be such a good book year, like the first romance year. That's not what I wanted to say. The first half of the year is going to be good because I have so many books. I'm so excited to read. But yeah, I'm also very excited for Caught Up by Navessa Allen, which is a dark romance book, and I love it. It had me giggling. Like, the book just had me giggling. The audiobook was fantastic, but even reading it had me giggling. It was so much fun. So, yeah. What was the question? What genre will you read? Yeah, probably most romance. I am going to try a little bit more fantasy. I also have some different books. I want to read the Housemaid's Tale, the Housemaid, the Tale of the House, the Freida McFadden one that's turning into a TV show. I want to read that one because I heard it's very good. I do really enjoy her books as well, so I'm going to read more in that genre. I think I'm going to do some research and be like, hey, I like her books. Who else should I read? So if you have any recommendations, once again, pause the video, put it in the description. Thank you very much. And I am going to, like I said, try a little bit more fantasy with Quicksilver. And I might also read Onyx Storm to see if it gets me back into Fourth Wing, because I did kind of enjoy the first one, did not really enjoy the second one, and I'm hoping that the third one is gonna, you know, wheel me back in. If not, I might be done with that series. Yeah, I don't really know if I answered the question. We'll figure it out in editing. What videos? Videos. That's how you say it, right? Will you make? Well, I was thinking reading vlogs, obviously. If there's any reading vlogs you would love to see, please tell me. Even if it's books I don't have, you think I will enjoy, throw them at me. I have decided when I'm done with Caraval now, I am going to start the Twisted series, and I'm going to put that into one reading vlog, like the entire Twisted series, because I have all of them. I got all of them. They were like the first books I got, I think, and I still haven't read them. Like, when I decided that, like, I'm back into like, I want to make this channel, I want to do it, I want to do everything that involves reading. I think the Twisted series was the first one I got, and I still haven't read it. So I am going to read it, and I am going to make a video like combining all of them, tell you what I think, because it's going to get made into a TV series. So that's the video I want to make. I want to make different reading vlogs. I might I'm going to do the TBR and the monthly wrap up, like the normal videos, if you want to call it that. I'm going to bring back the popcorn bucket. I'm not going to do it this month because I mean, I've basically just gotten well. I'm going to do it again in February. So yeah, I would probably also make maybe videos where I take you guys book shopping with me, if you would like to see that. I think that could be fun. Recommendation videos. I also was thinking about maybe doing like a series which is basically just called Books I've Missed, which is books that got released not last year, but maybe like the year before, and backwards. So, Nothing Like the Movies. Is that the first one? I think so. I think that's the first one. I never read that one, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna read that one, and then I'm gonna see what other books. Like, I'm gonna read the Off Campus series, because that's a series I've never read. The Twisted series probably could go under that one as well. So I want to do one of those where it's kind of like books I've missed the hype of, but I still kind of want to read them. And if I've missed them, maybe you've missed them as well and would like to know if they live up in today's society. Because like, I love Twilight. When Twilight came out, I do not think it lives up to the expectations I have of a book today as almost a 35-year-old girl woman. So I want to do one of those as well, where I read books that I kind of missed the hype of, and I want to see if they still live up to the expectations I have of a book today. I hope that makes sense. That's some of the videos that I'm planning to make. If you have any ideas, hit me up. Tell me about it. If there's anything fun you would like to see. Also, if you would like to see more lifestyle, I don't really do that much, so it wouldn't be that frequent, but I could bring you along on stuff if I'm going to do something fun. And the plan for 2025 is also to upgrade my recording setup, because right now I'm just recording on my phone, and I do kind of want a camera and stuff like that, and then maybe lights. I'm hoping that I'm going to get my office set up, so that my streaming setup, because I do also stream games on Twitch, I'm hoping that I can also kind of convert that into a recording studio, because I have lights down there. Maybe you want to see a video of me trying to set everything up. I don't really know. We'll figure it out as we go. But when it comes to book content, it's reading vlogs and books I've missed the hype of. Maybe books turning into a TV series, books turning into a movie, stuff like that. I am rambling so much. I am so sorry. I don't know if I answer my own questions, but let's hope I have. I'm going to put the pen away because I keep on fiddling with it. I did take my meds today. Thank you for asking. I didn't forget, because I know some of you are sitting there thinking, Charlotte, did you take your ADHD medication today? Yes, I did. Thank you for asking, and thank you for your concern. I really appreciate it. Oh, and the next question is, what book would you want to read that's getting turned into a TV show? Well, I've already mentioned two. It's the Freida McFadden, The Tale of the Housemaid, The Maid of the House Tale. I can't remember what it's called right now. Is it The Housemaid's Tale? Or is it just The Housemaid? It's one of them. Can't Google it because you guys, phone. So, can't Google it. And I want to read the Twisted series because I want to see what the TV show could be like. And I've also seen people go like, oh my god, we're going to get this scene on the screen. And they did the same with 50 Shades of Grey. They were like, oh my god, we're going to get all of this fun stuff on the screen. And you kind of didn't, so I don't have that high expectations, but I do kind of want to know what the hype is about. So those two definitely, and maybe I'll get around to reading the Off Campus series as well, which I also bought the entire series and I haven't picked it up. I haven't picked it up at all. But the Twisted series and the Freida McFadden, the Tale of the Housemaid, the maid that told the tale in the house, that one I am definitely going to read, and most likely both of them will be spoiler-free reading vlogs. Tell me if you want a spoiler one. Series you are excited for. Oh, I've already mentioned some. The Windy City series, I'm very excited to read the end of it. Rose Hill series, very excited for the next book. I do not know when the fourth book is coming out, but she has been teasing it. So I'm also very excited to see what happens there. I'm not going to tell you more because I already told you what those two are about. I am also, wait, I have some here. What else am I excited for? Am I excited for anything else? Oh no, that's the wrong thing. Am I excited? Yes, I write in a book because why not, That's the age-old question. Why am I blanking? Oh yeah, I'm also kind of excited for Spiral, which is the Off the Ice series. It's kind of like the Icebreaker series. The first one is Collide, which basically is like Icebreaker just wrapped in a different paper. And then it's Spiral, which is the next one, which is a ballerina and a hockey player. And I think she needs clout on social media and he just needs to be looked at as a stable dude. So they kind of fake date, and I love a good fake dating story. I am kind of excited for Onyx Storm as well, because I did enjoy the first book. I did enjoy it. The reason it has ended up not being enjoyable is because of the second book. And Jesus Christ, is it snowing again? No, we're good. The reason I didn't end up enjoying it was because I didn't really enjoy the second book. And I have figured out what I did wrong. I figured out that the graphic audiobooks are just not for me. So I'm going to do like a normal audiobook and read the book and hope that that kind of helps me like it more. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. I'm also very excited for the last Heartstopper graphic novel. Is that what they're called now? Yeah, there's gonna be one more of the Heartstopper one. I'm very excited about it. I didn't know that I was gonna love that series that much. It's such a good series. Even if you've seen the show on Netflix, I highly recommend going to the library and borrowing them, because there's just something about the feeling you also get from the pages. It's such a good story. So I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. I think that's like the one, like those are the ones that I'm excited for. I am excited for Rewind It Back. I am excited for Wildside. I am excited for Onyx Storm, and I am also excited for Heartstopper. That's like the main ones at the start of the year. I haven't really checked what's coming later in the year. Kind of only checked up until like June. And June is probably not going to be a big reading month for me because I'm getting married. So yeah, that's also something. A book you think you will not read this year either. I have, as you can see, some books. I don't have a lot of books. I have a lot on my Kindle, but I got the entire, what's it called? I got the entire Powerless series by Lauren Roberts. I have a feeling that 2025 is not the year I'm going to read this one either. And the reason is, it's fantasy. Like I said, I'm going to give Quicksilver a try. If that's not, you know, if that doesn't sweep me off my fucking feet, I might give fantasy like a little bit of cool down. This is fantasy. And also, from what I know, it's not any smut in it, which doesn't discourage me from the book. There's no smut in Caraval either. And I am still enjoying it, but you know, it just doesn't draw me in, which is sad because once again, I have all three of them. So I don't think that's a series I am gonna keep on reading. Well, no, keep on reading. I'm not gonna pick it up. I'm not gonna start it. That's the point. I think Powerless is the series that once again is just gonna sit on my shelf. Maybe I'll even give it to someone that really wants to read it, and well, let them borrow it, and I'll see what they think before I eventually read it, if I read it. But so far, it's not looking good. A series you don't think you will keep on reading. Well, I read a lot of series. I enjoy interconnected standalones. I think they are very fun. I also think that they can like make or break the book in a way. Jesus Christ, that was very hard to see. Say. Okay, we'll try again. I really enjoy an interconnected standalone. I love that you get to see snippets of the characters that you're going to read about in the earlier books. I also love that you get to see how the characters are kind of doing without getting spoiled their story. I really enjoy it. But I think it can also kind of be the downfall of the series, because I read Throttled by Lauren Asher. It's the first book in the Dirty Air series, which is a Formula One series. It's about Formula One drivers. And when I read it, I know who the next book is going to be about. I cannot for the life of me remember who it is right now. I didn't really get that engaged with the characters. Like, the characters didn't intrigue me. The characters didn't go, oh, I'm excited to hear your story, if that makes sense. Also, I didn't enjoy the first book that much that it makes me want to jump on it and read the next one. So I think that is also a series that I'm just going to put on the back burner for now. I'm not saying that I won't ever read it, because I might get a very kick and be like, I'm going to read this one right now. Who knows? But it's on the back burner. Once again, I have all of them. Don't do like me. Don't buy all the books before you know if you like it or not. Or before you just, don't buy it unless you're going to read it. Don't be like me. Don't waste your money, please. And thank you. But yeah, I think that's the one that's going to be definitely on the back burner. And depending on how Onyx Storm is, Fourth Wing might also be put on the back burner. A Court of Thorn and Roses, I've read 3 of them. I technically have 2 books left, and then there's going to become there's one more book coming out from what I understand. I think, yeah, the ending of the 3rd book was okay by me. I don't need more of the story. So that is also something that I'm just going to put on the back burner. I'm very happy that I read the first 3, that I understand what the hype is about. I didn't enjoy the first one. I really enjoyed the second one, and I did enjoy the third one. Not as much as the second one, but I did still enjoy it. So I'm very happy I read it, but I'm not interested in reading the rest of the series. So that's also one that's definitely going to be put on the back burner. An author you most likely won't read more books by. First of all, disclosure. No, is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. Anywho, this has nothing to do with the author. This has to do with the book, okay? It might be your favorite book. It might be your favorite author. More power to you. I mean, maybe you convinced me to try them again, but it just wasn't for me. I'm so sorry, Ashley, okay? Is it Poston? I never read. Ashley Poston, okay? I am so sorry. I know The 7 Year Slip is a lot of people's favorite book, and I said to myself that I was going to try it. This book, it made me not want to read it, because if it's the same kind of storyline, it's kind of out there in a way. If it's the same storyline, just, you know, with a different wrapping, it's not for me. And that's the feeling I get. Might be wrong. If I'm wrong, you can tell me and you can shout at me. It's completely fine. I won't cry that much. But yeah, Ashley Poston, I don't think I'm going to pick up any more books by her. I don't think this is going to be for me. I'm so sorry. This could have been a great book, but I need a book before this book to make it great. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If she's your favorite author, I'm sorry for me that she's not my favorite author, because I really wanted to enjoy that book, but it just wasn't for me. Yeah, that's kind of what I have. I hope I answered some of your questions. If you have any more questions, you know, you can put them in the description. No, you can't put them in the description. You can put them in the comment section. That's what it's called. And I will do my best to answer them there. Or maybe I'll put them in another video and answer questions here and there. Who knows? If you have any good book recommendations, anything new coming out this year that you think I will enjoy, please tell me. I am open to reading almost anything. I do not read horror because I do like my sleep and I have a vivid imagination. And I'm not that into fantasy. Like, those are the two that I'm not really quite sure about. Well, horror, I know. I'm not going to read horror. Like, if I'm going to read horror, it would have to be because of a big milestone or something like that. It's not something that I do want to do right now. But fantasy, I am open to. It's just not, you know, it's not first in line. Dark romance, open for it. Sports romances, single dads, you know, all of the romance things, open for it. I'm also open for, yeah, almost everything else except for the horror one. Except for that one. Not. And maybe I'll read some biographies. I do actually want to read, what's her name? Haley James Scott. I want to read her biography because I've heard a lot of people like it. So I want to read that one. This was a ramble. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go back to Caraval now. Hopefully it keeps on getting good, because I am. What day am I on? Night. If you read it, I want to tell you. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna turn it on. Where am I? Dear Kindle. Also, do you like my stickers? Day 4 of Caraval. That's where I'm at right now. So, you know, if you read it, you know if it's gonna go up or it's gonna go down. Don't tell me. No spoilers, please. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate you spending some of your precious time with me. It means the world. I am so sorry I've been gone for a while. I will do my best to be back. If you have any video suggestions, anything you would want to know, hit me up. And while you're there, why not hit the like and the subscribe button, so you help this video get out to more people, and I would be forever grateful to you. Yes. I don't know if that means much to you, but it means a lot to me. And I will catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye.